Here are 5 brilliant businesses you should be starting in 2022. You might be wondering what to put in your bucket list for this 2022. This video can be a big idea of what you can do. And if you're planning to start a new business, then you've come to the right place. What's up, awesome people? You know it, this is Finance Boss. If you're new, welcome and subscribe to this channel. So, let's start. Number 1. Content editing. Let's face it, these days, new content is coming at us from every angle. And while this can be sometimes annoying, it can also present a great way to start a business in 2022. Now, if you're unfamiliar, content editing is the process of editing a piece of media to bring it to its final form, and this means making money. It's more profitable now. You may be wondering what content editing really entails. You see, content editing is needed in a very vast set of disciplines, but some of the iterations that you may already be somewhat familiar with are the following. First, you can find editors working in video. For instance, for every super popular YouTuber or Instagram star, you see, chances are they have one. If not, more individuals doing their editing behind the scenes. In another example, the primary task of a writer is to put words to paper in almost every case. Another avenue you can explore is audio. I don't have to tell you how popular podcasts and radio shows are these days. The best part about this business model is that with a bit of editing software and technical skill, anyone can start this business. Therefore, if you want to start a business in 2022, this is a great place to start. Number 2. Email news. Marketers in general understand the power of a proper email newsletter. Imagine sitting in a conference room, thinking about the best way to engage your customers and leads that sell more, and someone declares that the solution to all those problems is a simple email newsletter. And then you're volunteering to do it and ensure that the click-through rate and open rates don't dip. If you're enticed by the idea of starting your own email newsletter, here are a few things you must do. First, decide on the type of newsletter you intend to create. 1. You can talk about business, sports, etc. Next, get creative with subject lines and use calls to action to prompt readers to take action on your emails. Finally, keep your copy clean and professional to give your readers the best experience possible. Number 3. Email ID. Online storefronts and online storefront is an e-commerce solution for merchants who want to host a website that advertises their products, their services, and where consumer transactions are generated online. Various software applications are available for merchants, from electronic shopping carts to secure payment gateways. So those with ODI commerce technical skills find that online storefront sellers are especially helpful when starting or maintaining their online store under another name is an electronic storefront. One reason you can trust that this particular business will serve you well now and into the future is the fact that your potential customers are limitless. The possibilities are endless. I mean, just look at Amazon and how much has grown in the last few years alone. There's no refuting the fact that e-commerce is big business. They don't own the products, but they market them to customers. Then, if there's a buyer, they forward the order to the seller, receive the product, and forward it to the buyer. Alibaba is one very popular company that people use to actually source the products that they then offer to their end users. So how can you run this? In this business model, product display, inventory management, ordering software, invoicing payment system, and processing software are all incorporated into the store. Generally, the shopping cart interface is a key feature in most online storefronts, and this interface works in conjunction with the client control saw. So online storefronts include analytical interfaces to grow online businesses and predictive analytics to predict future shopping trends. This is one key tool in the business, and you can't afford to miss it. This singular analytical tool can be the deciding factor in who wins or who fails in this. Moreover, websites can be custom designed. When buying a storefront account, users usually pay a one-time setup fee and then annual or monthly fees. Usually, fees can be based on a predetermined number of product listings. However, the downside is using online storefront services when the provider has limited payment gateway options. Number 4. Drop servicing. If you've ever researched any list of ideas for starting an online business, you've probably heard of drop shipping, and it's been off drop servicing. In fact, the drop service business model is becoming more and more popular as it promises a good revenue stream without a big investment of your time or money. However, you're probably wondering what exactly drop servicing is, how it works, and how it compares to drop shipping. Well, sit tight, I'll answer all these questions. Drop servicing as a business model is where you sell services that you've not fulfilled yourself and said you can outsource the business to a freelancer or an agency to complete a project while you're only responsible for selling the service to a client. That means it's a type of outsourcing or service arbitrage, which is a fancy term for resale, just like dropshipping. You play the role of an intermediary marketing and selling the service to customers. Now, if you're not familiar with drop servicing, it's basically a drop shipping model, but for services rather than products. It's important to note that this model is nothing new. In fact, it has been around for many years. If you take your jacket to the dry cleaners rather than washing them in the store, if they send it to a cleaning factory, then that store is in the business of drop service. Now, the process of starting a drop servicing business is extremely simple. You need to build a good-looking website that sells a service you want people to pay for. And then, you have to go about finding people who actually do the job in the modern era. Some of the things you have to do to set up your drop servicing business include setting up a website, marketing your services, acquiring customers, and then finally, finding workers who can complete the work you've now acquired. Number 5. Virtual Assistant. Another viable business for 2022 is virtual assistants. A virtual assistant is an independent contractor that provides administrative services to clients. The virtual assistant typically works from a home office but can remotely access all that is necessary for him or her. Some experience as an administrative assistant or office manager. However, there are many virtual assistant roles that require no prior experience. Fortunately, with the advent of social media has come a ton of new ways for virtual assistants to make money in areas like blogging, content management, internet marketing, and graphic design. Moreover, as working from home becomes more accepted by both workers and employers, virtual assistants have become more prominent as small businesses and startups were all in virtual offices to keep costs low and businesses of all sizes increase internet use for their daily operations. A versatile virtual assistant could also handle travel arrangements, appointments, scheduling data entry, and online file storage. Well, what do you think? Are you starting to get a hint of what you want to do in 2022? These business ideas are very promising, but still, it's how you'll do it and how you'll manage it. Go Money Makers! Again, this is Finance Boss. Thank you for watching.